Since the dawn of the space age, humanity has looked at the stars with dreams of exploration. But what if I told you we're now closer than ever to turning those dreams into reality? And at the heart of this transformation is SpaceX's groundbreaking Starship and the revolutionary Raptor engines. Today, let's explore how these two marvels of engineering will change space exploration as we know it. Now, you might be asking, what's so special about Starship? Great question. Let's talk about the basics first. Unlike traditional rockets, which are pretty much one and done, Starship is designed to be fully reusable. This isn't just efficient, it's revolutionary. Most rockets are single-use, they're launched, they do their job, and then, well, they're toast. But Starship is built to land and launch again and again, like an airplane. And we're not just talking about one or two uses. SpaceX aims to make Starship reusable for up to 1,000 launches. If you're familiar with the aviation industry, you know how game-changing this is. Imagine if every commercial flight needed a brand new airplane. Crazy, right? This reusability could cut launch costs down by hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like Elon Musk says, reusability is the holy grail of space travel. And Starship is bringing us right to that holy grail. All right, now we've got to talk about the Raptor engine. This thing is an absolute beast. While most rockets use kerosene or hydrogen, the Raptor runs on a unique mix of methane and liquid oxygen. This has a few crazy advantages. First, methane is relatively cheap and clean. Second, and this is the mind-blowing part, methane can actually be made on Mars. That means Starship could refuel on Mars and come back to Earth. We're talking about building the first-ever interplanetary refueling stations. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's engineering reality. So, let's talk about the potential. Starship isn't just for taking astronauts to Mars. We're talking about massive payloads, things like research labs, habitats, and huge rovers that could explore planets in ways we haven't even imagined. And because of the Raptor engine's efficiency and Starship's size, we're looking at a spacecraft that can take up to 100 tons into space in a single trip. That's more than 10 times what the space shuttle could carry. With that kind of power, we could see entire colonies transported in just a few trips. This is the kind of capacity that makes interplanetary colonization possible. If you're thinking, okay, that sounds incredible, but is this really happening? Absolutely! NASA recently awarded SpaceX a $2.9 billion contract to use Starship for their Artemis program, which aims to put humans back on the moon. NASA trusts SpaceX to make this a reality. That's a big deal. And here's where it gets really interesting. Starship isn't just for government agencies like NASA. SpaceX wants to make space travel accessible for all kinds of people. Scientists, researchers, and eventually even tourists. They're already working with private companies and universities to get payloads on board. Imagine a future where university students can actually afford to send experiments to space. This democratization is huge. This is a shift we haven't seen before. Think about it like this. In the 20th century, only governments could afford commercial air travel, but look at us now. Starship is setting the stage for the same kind of transformation in space. Of course, let's keep it real. Space exploration is insanely difficult. SpaceX has had its share of failures, from exploding test launches to landing mishaps. And that's not even mentioning the human factor. Ensuring safety on a long-duration Mars mission is no small feat. But if there's one thing SpaceX is known for, it's learning fast. As Musk himself puts it, failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. That mentality of pushing boundaries and learning from each mistake is what keeps pushing Starship forward. So why should we care? Starship and the Raptor engine aren't just technology, they're keys to the next chapter of human exploration. SpaceX is making space feel reachable. And with each test launch and each milestone, they're bringing us one step closer to that future. If you're as excited about this as I am, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.